if I die tomorrow. I hope you hear these words. I ain't here to flip no birds or sip no serve. Hope the future generations can get this urge. Stay woke, youngin', and avenge these nerds.
It's Tuesday's night.
What's up?
Hello.
Hello. How are y'all feeling?
We're good. Feeling great. It's been a beautiful weekend. It's been a beautiful weekend. How's everybody?
I had some fun with Pong on Friday. Seabass had to dip out because of family and whatnot, but we got to stick around and just shoot the shit.
We got to watch you be a laborer.
Yeah, we watched Law work with a power wash.
Listen, power wash is such a mood. If you're not with it, you're not with it. It's okay.
It's fine. Listen. I envision myself, fighting space aliens and saving the universe. But you in the fantasy world that is video games are a power washer.
You can.
I'm
but I don't think I'm spending hours doing it.
Hours, bro. Hours. And then you're not even being paid effectively. Like, y'all need a union. Like, I don't understand. Like, you're doing a whole oil rig, you getting paid like $50. Like, I don't understand.
Bro, listen,
no, that's funny.
I get paid in serotonin, sir. I don't think you understand what my ADHD requires. Is just give me the happy brain juice.
Also, too, congratulations to Relish. She won so she won this right here in the first raffle that I did in my Patreon. Yay, Rengoku. Woo!
Hey.
Oh, nice.
And it's on wood too. So Relish won this again for the free commission. There is another raffle that's going on. Yes, it was good times. Thank you, Pong. I drew something on Pong's show as well that was voted for, which I'm going to redraw again. Cool. It was cool.
I think you got to change the title though. But go ahead.
What? Wait, what I do? What title?
No,
title? My title? Anyway, with that, let's just jump into some announcements.
Wait, you're not going to show the drawing?
Oh.
Show us what you did,
what did I do?
On Pong's show. I thought that's what you were going for.
And you can't see it because of the virtual background.
Remove your background, man. Come on. What is this? Amateur hour? What's going on?
Listen. There you go.
There we go.
Jesus.
It was supposed to be Darth Iron Man.
Which I'm going to redraw.
More like Iron Man Doom.
I am going to redraw, and Tone gave me some good ideas. So I am going to run with those ideas, Tone, for Darth Iron Man. That was going to be fun. Oh, thank you, Law. Thank you.
What?
Why is it Law?
What happened?
I don't know. I don't know. Yes, I love you guys. Because Aston is going to go with the announcements right now. I will run with it. I don't care.
That is your new nickname. You see, that's how a nickname is applied. Exactly. You can't give it to yourself.
Listen, we have to come to a vote with this.
There is no vote. No.
It was said behind your back. And it was approved by 3 out of the 4.
Right.
So you got majority.
So even if
I vetoed the council.
We had majority and we had quorum, so it doesn't matter.
Anyway,
hi.
Top of the Nerds Hour. Gazastin is going to take these announcements, and here we go. Anyway, announcements. So, guys, make sure you guys are following the Patreon over there. On Patreon, $3 subscribers. The Patreon for Sebastian Bonet Studios. So you get to see some art. The comic is dropping next week. In the description, you can also get Pew 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 with Law on his Twitch. The dates are announced there for Wednesday, Thursdays, and Sundays. The times of when he starts are listed there. It's all in the description. So make sure you're subscribing, following, and giving him support and watching him do some power washing. From there,
I haven't done power wash on stream.
You should do it.
I've been playing actual spaceship.
No, it's kind of addictive though. Once you start watching, you're like, "But where's the missing
spot?"
Those
games are addictive.
I'm talking crap, but I do want to try it.
Those games are addictive.
But I've been playing Dead Space. I've been playing Subnautica. I've been playing Outer Wilds. I will be switching it up at some point because I got some more games I want to get through.
Also, to Medusa's Cascade, make sure you guys are listening to the Medusa's Cascade podcast, a D&D podcast that just continues to bring in the chaos. I mean, it's perfect timing because you want to know why.
Just finished the huge cavern fight. Holy shit! The first of many, like, just punches.
Oh, the dick punches.
Yeah. There's a number.
Such boys. Oh god.
No, understand that there's a number of fights.
It's also from. Isn't that from Abridged? Right?
Yeah, DBZ Abridged.
It's from DBZ Abridged. Yeah.
But essentially, there's a number of fights that happen in the podcast where I just claimed it that we're just getting dick punched. We're just like, yo, like we just want to win, and they're like, how about a dick punch? Bye.
Yeah.
We will
did we bring this up from Morello's?
No.
Where in City Island? Was it Seafood City?
Does it matter?
It does.
There goes your Rengoku.
It does matter. I don't.
And did it on
I
wood.
don't know if you know who Tone is, but it does matter.
So it's all on wood just for you, Aurelius, right there. Thank you for participating in the first of the raffle for the Patreon. So there you go. So it's nice wood drawing on there for you, ready to get shipped. We'll talk more about it, and I'm definitely gonna get you a digital
Lobster
version
House.
too.
That's a good one. Lobster House is a good one too.
Ooh.
Lobster House is really good.
See, I have shellfish allergies, so I don't really care for it.
Oh,
I'm like
That's
the weirdo from the Bronx that does not go to City Island.
Now without
must suck to be you. Must suck to be you.
It kind of does sometimes, but I'd rather live.
Oh, it's like it's like deathly allergic.
It's like shut down my breathing.
Is it like it's like Will Smith and Hitch?
No, I don't swell up. I do get itches, runny eyes, and tight chest, and closes my breathing.
Oh no!
Oh no!
We don't like it. Is it just shellfish or is it like all fish?
No, just shellfish. I can definitely do regular fish though.
Okay.
But if I walk into I went into Crab Shack once and I couldn't even like sit in there because it was so strong. If it's really, really fresh, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yo, George, we gotta go.
Life is over.
I know.
So,
it's like, oh yeah, it's over.
So we gotta get to the back.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's fine. Come on, we're talking about our shellfish or City Islands experiences. I don't like shellfish either, so don't worry about it. I'm the same about you.
You don't like any seafood. Anyway, let's continue.
I eat. Wait. Yes.
I know.
Disaster is here. Ready?
Disaster. It's just.
It's bad that he can't even say his own name right.
Let's be real. Let's be real. The name is.
All right, come on.
Anyway, so we got our guest in the back. Our guest in the back is bringing to us a great comic that he's doing. It's again inspired by if One Piece was influenced by also Quentin Tarantino. So again, those who are interested in finding some indie manga and some indie inspired anime comics. So we have a great artist, writer in the back coming to tell us more about his story and tell us his origin story and how he got bit by a radioactive spider. No, that's Peter Parker. But anyway, he's going to tell us how he got bit by the comic bug. We want to give it up for the one, the only Jeff Zimolati.
Hey, thanks for having me. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Madhouse.
No, appreciate it. Thanks for having me. This is great.
Bear with us with our silliness.
Yes, it's nerds and around. It's the nerdy silliness that we get going on. So, Jeff, everybody that comes on the show, we want to find out, how you got bit by this radioactive bug that we call the comic book bug, getting into indie comics and everything. What was your origin story? How did you get to in comics? And tell us a little bit of the inspiration between your story and everything.
Okay, well, I mean, the short version of the long story is I've been reading comics for most of my life. Can't remember exactly when, but I do have some memories of the first comic books I ever read. I remember being sick, my father coming home from work with a couple of comic books he picked up probably from a newsstand back when they sold them at newsstands, and I started reading, was kind of into it. Kind of fell off for a little while when I got a little older, and then got back into it. As far as comic creation, that's always been something I've been interested in, but I've always made excuses for why I shouldn't do it, or I should start later, or I'm not ready, or it's not the right time. And then once the pandemic hit and I, like most people, had a lot of free time, I decided to take that time and sort of invest it into something productive. And rather than arguing with people on social media, which is what I was doing with most of my time, I decided to take that energy and actually put it into some creative outlets, and decided that whenever I wanted to kind of, argue and debate, closed-minded people, I would create something. And that was kind of my way to make a bad situation good. So I was able to kind of do that, and had this kind of epiphany that at the end of the year, I'm going to be a year older. I'm either going to be a year older having created a comic book, or I'm going to be a year older having put it off another year. And kind of that was my inspiration. And in 2021, I did a one-shot comic book that I self-financed for Free Comic Book Day. And I got it at some local comic book shops here near where I live. And just the ability to be able to hit the deadline and put the comic book together and have something tangible at the end really kind of inspired me to take the next step. So from there, I kind of created the ongoing title, which is Accidental Renegades. It's on Kickstarter now, actually hit its funding goal today, and actually is at about 100. Yeah. It was I kind of was confident, but once you hit that goal, you definitely breathe a sigh of relief. I'm about 120% right now, so looking at stretch goals now, but but it's a good milestone to hit. There's still time left on the campaign, but just to know that it got where it needs to be, and I can start worrying about producing something that the backers are going to want is definitely a load off my mind.
I love it. So
Nice.
tell us a little bit about these accidental renegades that you can share with us. Tell us about this bumbling superpowered mercenaries who intentionally ignite a revolution. Please tell us about them.
Just like you said, Accidental Renegades, it's 36 pages. It's manga inspired. It's a comic about bumbling superpowered mercenaries who accidentally and unintentionally ignite a global revolution. So it kind of asks the question, how do you stay off the radar and out of the public eye when you become some of the most famous people around? It follows this team of people that never wanted to be heroes, never wanted the notoriety of being heroes, and kind of have it thrust upon them through a sequence of events, and how they deal with it not only as a team but as individuals, and try to handle that newfound attention that, again, was something they never signed up for, something they never wanted, but something that they can't avoid.
So it's like a D&D party.
Kind of. It's definitely got some inspiration there as well. But more than anything, the reason I say it's kind of, Tarantino meets One Piece with a little bit of, Vonnegut in there as well, is because it's got the team dynamic, but it's got the team dynamic with a lot of things that you don't expect to happen. There is violence, there is more adult situations, not, super adult situations, not R or X rated, but there's profanity, there's violence, there's those things that you would encounter in the act of unintentionally igniting a revolution.
I love it. So as far as it goes, you are also the writer, the artist. So tell us how many concepts did you go through before you nailed down the characters, and what was and tell us about the process with the drafts and everything that you were going with the comics and all that.
Okay. The first book I actually did was a book called The Troublemakers. And that was the free comic book day one shot. That book was kind of inspired by the idea of there are all these schools in comic worlds about going to school to learn to be a hero. But what if there was an internship to learn how to be a villain in order to use your powers to overthrow the system, which tends to, I guess, kind of be a theme in a lot of my work, is holding the people in power accountable for their decisions, whatever those decisions are. That kind of then transitioned into the Renegades, which was something I'd been thinking about for a long time and never could really nail down the idea until I figured out that the best way to make it something relatable is to give people something they don't necessarily want and see how they react to it. That was kind of where the idea of the theme came from. And from there, it went through several iterations. One of the things that I've probably worked and reworked the most has been the character designs. In order to have character designs that are interesting and unique and enjoyable to look at, but also not too much of a trouble to draw over and over again, was something that I kind of struggle with. I've been kind of working a lot more with shape language, having shapes that reflect the personalities of the characters, having silhouettes that are unique to each character. So if you had the characters lined up in black and white, you could tell who they were just by their silhouette. That's a little bit more of the advanced work that I've been doing. And that, I think, has helped out a lot with the designs of the characters. Which has made it a little bit easier to tell them apart. It's also, honestly, has made them a little bit more fun to draw because each one kind of has a different shape going with it, which makes them a little bit unique and takes away some of the monotony.
I love it. I see. Yeah. You see it. Go ahead, Tom.
Did you draw? You definitely see that aspect of what you're trying to pull out of the different shapes and the different, even blacking them out if they stand up in the lineup. Like, they're very distinct, all of your characters. So I definitely think you hit that out of the park. And if you can, I don't want you to spoil anything. You just give us a little bit about each of the characters in your cover without going too much into it.
Okay. Well, the one in front, his name is Abraham. He's kind of the reluctant team leader. He's a veteran who the setting of the world is kind of in the aftermath of a civil war, and everything's starting to get back to normal. The government is taking control again. He's a veteran, so he's dealing with a lot of the issues that veterans deal with, while at the same time, his goal is he just wants to be left alone. If he had one overarching goal throughout the series, he just wants to be left alone to live his life. That becomes impossible when he becomes the leader of the team that becomes so, notorious. There's also, in the blue, is Kali. She's kind of like the fighter of the group. She's the one who, answers problems with violence rather than, with words, I guess. But you come to find out
that already.
Yeah. I think she's going to be popular. But you come to find out that she has a dark secret that's kind of inspiring her to fight and why she does it, and what her motivations are. The big guy in green, he's Mecha. He's actually mostly inside that suit to help keep him alive. And one thing that he never does is he never lets it get him down. So he's the one has the most reasons to be angry, but the least showing of anger. He's the one that is kind of like the heart of the team. And then the guy coming out of the portal there is Eclipse. He's got a lot of problems. He's very powerful, but he also brings a lot of negatives to the team. And as we go through the series, you start to wonder if what he brings to the table is worth the troubles that he has. And then that person down in the corner, that person gets introduced later in the book. Not quite the MacGuffin of the story, but definitely something that drives the plot forward. So I really can't give too much away about that person yet.
Yeah, I do. Okay. I do love the guy in the middle right there coming out the portal. He looks like he's a jerk.
Yeah. He's every manga has like that cranky old guy, and that's what he does in this book, I think.
Okay.
I think I make up the cranky old guy in the group.
I don't know about cranky, but definitely old.
That's valid. As far as your creation process goes, because you're writing and you're doing the art for it, is it a thing where you have the characters in mind and then you build the world and the story, or is it like the opposite where you have an idea and for the art and you're like, all right, what's his story now, or what's their story now?
I think it's kind of a compromise of the two, to be completely honest with you. One thing that I'm able to do, because I do write it and draw it, is most of my work is done a lot in shorthand. The Marvel method is this is what happens on this page, and then other comics use much more detailed script layouts. Well, because I'm translating it for myself anyway, I can kind of meet somewhere in the middle. Mm-hmm. What I usually do is I'll figure out the start and end point of the story, where I want it to start, and then where I want that issue to end. Then on each page of the script, it'll just start with a couple lines up top that say what happens on that page. What are the big things that happen on that page? That lets me figure out then if the page turns are in the right spot, if the reader's going to be motivated to turn the page, have everything kind of broken down so that the page ends on something important enough to make the reader want to turn. Once I do that, then I can start figuring out the panel layouts, and that's where a lot of the shorthand comes in, because sometimes I'll literally write notes either on the paper or on the script and say, use that picture I drew in that sketchbook, over the summer, or kind of make it like that panel that Joe Mad did in that issue of X-Men. So it's like a way that I can kind of remind myself of what I want it to look like as I go through. And if you were to see my works in progress, they almost look like they've been marked up by the teacher with notes and arrows and exclamation points and question marks, like, should I use a profile? Is that, like all these things just to kind of keep me going. So it's very much free flow. It's very much jazz, but I can do that because I'm the only person reading this at this point. So, if it looks confusing, it doesn't have to make sense to anyone else because it's only being seen by me. And one thing that I found that I would recommend to anyone, especially when you work on a team book, is what I did was I basically came up with a motto, like an overarching kind of theme for each character. What drives that character forward? And each one kind of has a sentence. What that lets me do is make sure that everything that character does is in service to that theme, so that character always acts true to their own motivation. So when I said that, the one character, his goal, he just wants to be left alone. He just wants to live his life. Everything he should be doing in the service of the story should kind of come back to support that, which I think then makes that character easier to relate to. And with a team book, I like team books better than individual characters because you can find different diversities of ideas and opinions and personalities in a team book. So anyone can kind of pick up something and hopefully relate to one of the characters. So to answer your question, it's kind of both, right? It's a lot of detailed stuff, but I think that detailed stuff allows it to be very free flow as I go through the process.
Nice.
As far as your Kickstarter, I mean, my question at this point is what supporters can expect with certain tiers that you have. What rewards do you expect to put out? Do you have anything in mind that'll then introduce when they're in stretch goals?
Okay, yeah. So right now the tiers it's my first Kickstarter, so I didn't want to get too crazy. I'm still in the process of building, the tribe, so to speak. Right now there's about 50 backers, which is great, but a lot of those backers are people I've already known. So now it's a matter of reaching out to other people. So I didn't want to get too crazy with a lot of the tiers. So I've got the basic digital tier. I've got a physical tier. And then I have a physical tier that includes an individual sketch. And then the last and highest level is the physical tier, the hand sketch, and a way to fit either you or your logo into the book. So because it's a book with a lot of group scenes and a lot of city scenes, there's lots of places to put people and put logos. So I figure that's a cool way for the highest level backers to kind of see themselves in the book. So those are the only tiers. Every tier gets their name printed in the book. So whether it's a digital donation or the highest level, their name's printed in the book. I know some people will only do that for the higher levels, but if you're going to give me your money, I appreciate that. I'm going to put your name in the book, no matter what level that support is at. And every physical backer also gets a digital copy. So there are 4 levels really, but each one is a little bit detailed.
Nice.
And just to answer, as far as stretch goals, once we hit 2,000, which is the first stretch goal, the covers are going to be most likely foil covers. Also have stickers and trading cards with each of the characters and their stats on the back. Those are the 3 stretch goals we're looking at right now.
Ooh, I love that you went with the trading card route. That's actually pretty
I saw that from another one, and you know, any good idea is worth stealing, right? So I saw someone who did that, and I was like, man, this is good. Like, I think, and their book was a little bit more slice of life, so you know, the characters were more or less regular people, and it still worked. So I think when you're doing that with superpower characters, to have their stats on the back and kind of be able to compare them, I think it would work really well for the nature of this book.
It gives you like that whole like old school feel too. When you used to get the cards, same thing. You go to the newsstand, you get the comics, you get the cards, you have the Marvel cards, the stats on the back. Right. It's like, his power level is this, but his intelligence is this.
With that piece of gum that tastes good for like 20 seconds.
Like 20 seconds is generous.
Yeah, that's true.
So Jeff, we want to thank you for coming on. So what we're going to do is this: we want you to plug away more on this project. Let them know out there who you are. Let us where we can find you on social media. Tell us more and just lay it away.
Okay. No, I appreciate it. So the website is zcomicsoriginal.com. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Twitter is the letter Z Comics. Instagram is at zcomicsoriginal, and Facebook is zcomicsoriginal. You can find Accidental Renegades on Kickstarter right now. The Kickstarter is going for a little while longer, but if you get in now, you should be able to get yourself a great book at a good price, and I think you'll enjoy it. So Kickstarter, Accidental Renegades, website, zcomicsoriginal.com, and then again, Z Comics Original on Twitter and Z Comics Original on Instagram and Facebook. I appreciate it. This has been great.
And also, too, I'm going to pick on you a little bit. I love the fact that you have a Tool shirt on. I just noticed you're wearing a Tool shirt.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh man, I miss Tool. But anyway, we want to thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing the comic with us. Again, congratulations on hitting your Kickstarter goals.
Thank you. I appreciate
your stretch goals. Let us know more what happens to the project. Let us know when there's another issue that comes out. I always love finding stuff like this again. And thank you again for coming on, Jeff.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. This is awesome. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
And guys, that's the first. So if you're joining us now, go back in, watch this on demand, get to learn more about Jeff and his comic, Accidental Renegades. Again, check out the Kickstarter. We'll get you guys that link and everything, and to make sure to help him get his stretch goals and all that. Right now, we had a big weekend too. Guys, what happened this weekend?
Yo, literally,
I don't know.
The nerd universe said, "Hey, nerds. We heard you guys don't have anything coming up this weekend, so we're gonna give you guys something to talk about come this upcoming Tuesday show." Because I honestly completely forgot that it was San Diego Comic-Con weekend, and
I didn't even know.
Shit, did they deliver on some gems? Like, listen, let's be honest. Hall H was super lit, but Marvel came in fucking swinging,
like it always does.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've been gone for 2 years. We got the investors call a couple months ago, and now we finally got our first Hall H presentation since before the world ended. And then we know on D23 there's still more stuff to be announced for Phase 6. So are we doing like just San Diego Comic-Con Marvel, or we're gonna give some of the other shit?
I mean, we're gonna get to the shout out.
Get honorable mentions.
Okay, so
I mean, I guess we did get Black Adam a little. We did get Shazam a little. Now moving on. We mentioned it. So
there we go. That's what I like.
Wow.
That's what I like.
Wow,
to hear.
you know it's something when she doesn't even mention Teen Wolf. She was like talking about. I was like,
Oh
they
yes.
dropped-
First,
we're not
we
talking.
spoke
No,
about
we're not-
Teen Wolf on Friday though.
So yeah,
We
like
did.
listen,
Yeah.
We should bring it up
trailer
here
was-
though.
Yeah,
That's
Bro,
something
guys,
y'all
let's
super important.
talk about it. You gotta go back and watch Pong
so
Show.
much of Teen Wolf, and I'm like, oh god.
You gotta go back and watch
First
the
of
Pong
all,
Show.
wow. I'm gonna need you to
You
relax,
guys said
sir.
I have 2 shows to pick from. C and Teen Wolf. Let's get it done. That's all I'm saying.
Let's get it. Let's go. I'm with it.
What
Why
just
did he leave?
happened?
Why did Gazastin leave?
Gazastin, what are you
All right.
doing? How you
Yeah,
can't
listen,
remove
listen.
yourself.
All right, so let's do this. All right, let's
do this.
do
Let's
this.
jump into
We've
this.
got
Let's-
so much to talk about.
Marvel came out and beat Hall H like Negan beat Glenn from The Walking Dead with the baseball bat. That is the list right there. Yes, Tony is showing it right
Yo.
there.
Let me zoom in.
And
Yo,
they
it is
So this is
fucking-
phase 5. So we got
Yes.
phase. Oh, hold on. Phase 5. Let's finish up with phase 4. I got them all. I got everything teed up.
Let's
so
go, my
we-
man.
So what we found out was that they were
Zoom in more.
ending phase 4 slightly early with Wakanda Forever.
Right.
I think previous it was Thor,
Which is
Love and Thunder.
wild because slightly early isn't.
well,
So while this is a short, like in terms of how many years this phase has been, as much I think this is the most content
It's
we've gotten
given
out of
because
one
of
phase.
Disney Plus.
also
Right,
too,
exactly.
Because
Also
of Disney
true.
Plus, it's given us so much. Even if
Within
because we
2
were all home,
years.
it's just
Also too, the pandemic stopped a lot of productions of stuff. So the stuff was
Yeah.
Well, stuff got moved around, but the fact of the matter is, like, what phase 1 went from 2008 to 2012.
yeah.
You know, like Iron Man came out in 2008, and Avengers was, I think was 2012 because the same year. That's when Batman had come out. So like that first phase took forever, and then they got through all of this within a year and a half.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yes.
George. I think I almost choked up. I was like so excited. Everything. The emotions that I felt watching that Wakanda Forever trailer was just amazing. Okay. So
Let's do it.
quick
Let's talk
question,
Wakanda.
guys. Let's talk Wakanda first. Can we do that?
Let's
Yeah,
do
is that all right?
Yeah,
All right,
I
cool.
think that's the biggest to do before we jump to phase 5 and phase 6. Let's talk Wakanda.
Okay, because we also got to touch She-Hulk. I mean, obviously, but so are we thinking Shuri as Black Panther? Is that who you think is taking over the mantle?
So before we even think Shuri, who's taking the Black Panther mantle, as it is in the comics, I would love to see it. Whatever, despite the actress being the actress, but that Angela Bassett scene, that's exactly what I was
Yes.
going to bring up. So she said, "I lost my family." She said, "I lost everything."
I think, but when that is being shown, she's under the impression she also lost her daughter. Maybe doesn't know she's coming back.
Right. So I don't know if we know if Shuri was blipped, if they're going to talk about blip, whatever the case is. But even if they don't talk about it, right? We do know because we saw it in Endgame. But
No,
Yes.
it's gonna. This is all happening after that because
After
they're
Endgame,
all they're all together at the
Mhm.
end.
Okay.
I
So,
got
if that's the case, because someone brought one of my boys, CJ, brought it up on his TikTok and said, "What if they Shuri and T'Challa are gone?"
no.
And
It,
everyone was like, "Yo," and they were like,
I mean, it alludes to that with what she said, but I don't think. I think at
But
the time
it's
she says
Marvel.
it, it's probably true.
Not everyone who dies is forever gone,
well, there
unless
was
you're a villain. Because
there were
Right.
potential there are potential rumors that we're going to see Shuri and M'Baku probably with the Black Panther main. So the rumors are this is that she's going to in the movie have the mantle and she's going to develop a synthetic like the plant that he used, and instead of meeting on her spirit journey the past Black Panthers, the past fathers and all that, she's going to meet Killmonger, and Killmonger is going to help walk her through the path. So that's been rumored because they've rumored Doctor Doom.
Mhm.
We've already seen the stuff for Atlantis end up being
I only
true.
saw Riri.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
saw
Yeah.
Riri. Riri was already they.
But we knew
she was
we were
coming.
getting
Right.
Riri and
My friend brings up, why is she even there if she's from MIT? And I'm like, but remember they've established that
Right.
building in America, and now they have that relationship. So why wouldn't they take one of the smartest minds and get some assistance in some way?
Exactly.
They also said there's a at the end of Black Panther, they also do a whole exchange program too. So she could just be part of an exchange program
Right.
to go to Wakanda, since Wakanda then became the technological superpower that it is.
Right.
And hence why we're seeing the conflict probably with the other modern looking combatants in the trailer.
Right.
And also, too,
What-
Marvel is known for introducing a lot of characters in their stuff right now. So we're getting a lot of nuggets of characters dropping in, and this is probably a setup for their future Iron Man. Go ahead, Val. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to ask what your guys' thoughts on them and what we may see and how T'Challa's character is being laid to rest. Like, what do you guys think they're going to use as what happened in the movie?
I've heard some people may just say cancer, and
Yeah,
and let it just be he had cancer
died.
and that's why he passed from that, and just let it be that, versus versus him dying in battle or trying to make it a whole big to do. Just saying he lost this battle. He's been fighting with this forever, and that's it. Kind of what happened in real life. They honor him. They have the funeral, from what we assume is a funeral scene with everyone wearing white and celebrating his life.
I think for Wakanda it hits harder because as technologically advanced as they are, if they do go with the cancer route and they're like, we have all this technology and we still can help him, it hits harder for them.
I was just going to say that. I mean, with the technology they have, why wouldn't they be able to treat it? So, I mean, if they go that route, I don't want them to kill off the character T'Challa. That's something that I don't like.
Well,
I think they are.
I think they have.
I think they are. I know, but I'm not happy about that. I would have rather they would have recast it. I know we love Chadwick Boseman, but T'Challa's character in Marvel Comics is
understood.
pivotal.
But we've established before that a lot of these characters and a lot of their mantles can be passed down.
Yeah.
So while T'Challa is a fucking foundational character, we need him in the MCU, we need the Black Panther as well. We need that legacy, we need Wakanda, and we need that mantle to be passed down.
If you really want to think about it too, this is kind of, and it's a sad way to think about it this way. T'Challa is doing for the MCU, and again, love to the late Chadwick Boseman. They're doing with the characters that it's very similar to how they did the original Captain Marvel in Marvel Comics. Is that he died from cancer? He died from, and we're getting that this hero did not die in battle, and that's what they're showing. And it's just that it brings that human aspect, and I think that's what was one of the saddest things about the trailer, because was definitely scenes of a funeral that was happening. And it really is. And again, kudos to the whole cast, because again, it must have been a hard thing to have to do this, because it's kind of like they were doing another funeral for Chadwick Boseman with saying goodbye to him and his character. And I think also too, it's in a way for saying for the fans gets it. Yeah, it's gonna get the fans crying, because in a way it's kind of
I'm gonna cry. I'm the worst.
But if you think about it, it's in a way for the fans to kind of say their piece and goodbye to him too one more time for what he has done for cinema and everything, not just for the MCU, just in cinema in general.
I think we can still get a T'Challa, an alternate universe T'Challa. That's my concern. I would rather them at least still give us a character who carries it. I don't know. I understand why. I just feel like that I would have been happier.
So
if
this
they kept
is the multiverse saga, so it's not impossible to do that.
I just think we're okay with doing I think of doing a variant of T'Challa. I think will be fine, especially if we do a Secret Wars. I just don't think, but I think it's just that T'Challa may just show up for whatever scene that's going to happen. But we're not getting T'Challa for 616. It's just going to be Shuri or M'Baku or whoever the hell it's going to be. Right.
I honestly think it's Shuri. It would make sense.
I think it's Shuri too, just based off the comics and all this. It makes sense for Shuri to hold the mantle, and for Shuri to be a part of the team that creates a new version of the.
Getting a lot of girls. We're getting a lot of girls. It's gonna be great.
But we're also getting Namor.
Namor,
Namor.
yes.
Namor.
Yes,
Christ,
not
guy.
Namor, but it's okay.
Jesus Christ.
Gesaston.
Jesus.
Oh man.
Yes, I'm very hyped for us to get
Yo.
Namor.
They did
I
with
initially
his
was
origin
not
with
happy
Namor,
with
oh my
this
God.
casting
Really?
because for me, the envision, like what was this actor's name? Who I imagined for Namor, and I think would have been an ideal casting. Have you guys seen Crazy Rich Asians?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The guy was getting married,
Mm-hmm.
the main character. I think he would have been a good casting for Namor.
Okay.
But
based on what he looks like in the comic books.
Mhm.
However, now seeing him on screen in costume and the twist that they've done with it being more Mayan related, I think they've done an amazing job.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to see how it comes out.
Yeah, Tone told me about it. I think that it helps with distancing themselves from like Aquaman and then bringing light to a new culture.
Yep.
Because
We're not using Atlantis. It's not going to be Atlantis. It's going to be Talocan. Or I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly. But it's an Aztec paradise, and so that's kind of where they're going with, and he's the ruler of Talocan. So they're just distancing themselves completely away from the whole Atlantis thing, which I'm fine with because Atlantis is made up anyway, and we already have it in Aquaman. So I'm cool with them going down this route of the Aztecs, and also just potentially sharing, because I'm sure we'll get something, potentially sharing some sort of ideals or history with the Wakandans, because with the Aztecs and Aztec culture being wiped out by Cortez and the whole colonizer thing, you're getting two versions of a colonizer story, one from the Wakandans and one from the, I guess, Telekans, or whatever their race of people will be called. So I think it makes it more interesting. It makes it hit more home and makes it understand why these two cultures, while very different, will find some way to come together in the end to fight the colonizers who are trying to take vibranium for themselves. Because it seems like they're attacking white people are attacking Wakandan ships for some reason.
Yeah, I think Doom is where we're going to see Doom in this section, where he's instigating that in the background.
I was gonna say, I think Doom is gonna instigate that, and then
manipulate
while Namor is like on like a blood path towards Wakanda, because that's how he usually starts. It's like, yo, fuck you, run these hands. That's how he is. I think it's gonna be a thing where he realizes that he's not so much that he's in the wrong, but that he's been manipulated. He's been being played.
It's
manipulated to go. He's going to be manipulated to go against Wakanda, because we see people going into the oceans and doing something to his people, and maybe it being blamed on Wakanda, and that's why he attacks Wakanda. And then you've got the mutual, like, no, the enemy of my enemy, all this other bullshit.
Right.
And then they come together, and hopefully Namor just still stays the dick that he is. And like,
well, he always will be a pompous asshole, but he's a very good character to have.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to see what they do with him. It's going to
and it'll be interesting too if they, I mean, I think they will. He's got to hit the wings on his feet. Is he going to be a mutant? So are we also going down that route too? So we got the introduction of Miss Marvel as a mutant. Now we've got the introduction of potentially Namor as a mutant. So we'll see.
I think we'll start seeing now with them. To not correct, the outfit looks sick, but the backstory of where have the Atlanteans been this whole time, Marvel needs to do right here.
It's not gonna. We were just talking about it's not gonna tie to the Atlanteans, but I think they're doing this to separate from Aquaman in a way.
But it's the question is like, what are they doing in the background? I mean,
where have they been all this time? How do you?
It's kind of the same as Wakanda. Like, they've just been in the cut for the most part.
Yeah, protecting themselves. So I mean, they literally just came out to the world in the last movie. So
Wakanda didn't. So Wakanda came out in full force after, what was it? Their emperor got attacked after they were trying to come out in the world, and then he died, and then slowly they started coming out, and we may get the same thing. And like
I was like, y'all sleeping on us.
It's probably gonna be a political drama.
Well, there's also that idea too of tradition and coming to the new age, right? So like, there's this hard stone tradition of Wakanda was around because they were seen as like, the poor African country,
right.
Just they didn't, and so they still had a king. T'Chaka was there and all this, and it was just a political assassination. And then there was just the ideal of like, we need to come out to the world so we can give our technology to help. I think
it's going to be similar.
Atlanteans will be similar, but more so stuck in grain of being under the waves. And maybe there's a reason they come up is because the blip happens and half their people disappear, and they're like, what the fuck's going on? Is it the surface dwellers?
I think something where whoever's manipulating the backstory is kind of like putting the bug in his ear, like, why are you settling for just underwater when you can rule the world, kind of thing. And that's going to radicalize Namor to now then, you're right, and the key to power is vibranium. I should have it all, not just my piece. I think that kind of would be a way to get him to come out of the shadows or under the water, actually. And
I wanna also say, like, as much as we theorize what could be the firing pin for all this, I hope that we're all wrong and they give us a unique story that even we couldn't think of. Because all these are very cliche, like, this guy was wrong, then he realized he's right, he was getting played. Like, we've seen it all before. And while it can be done really well, I personally hope that it's not done at all and they give us some other thing or some other reason.
But that's always happened with
read comic books, and that's kind of what we see.
I know.
And that's kind of what happened with what was it, the Submariner. He's always been played, and at times, like, he's always been angry with the surface world. He's been that character that's sold between being a villain and hero, sometimes neutral. He doesn't see Doctor Doom as a villain or an enemy because they've worked together. He's fought the Fantastic Four, he's fought with the Avengers, and in the most recent years, he has been an X-Men. So it's like this guy has been all over the place as a character. He fought with Captain America to defend the world against World War II, and then later on, but I mean, we're not going to probably get that in the story, but again, he's just been one of those characters that's just been bounced around a lot,
and we can't forget that he's an Illuminati.
Yes.
He is.
That too.
He is. The fact that see, the thing, I hope we see something where Doctor Strange is probably going to start recruiting his own version of the Illuminati, and it starts with Namor. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, we probably won't know what's going to happen because this is funny because this is the movie that's coming out at the end of the year, so whatever end credit scene they have for this movie is probably going to be nuts.
Yeah, I hope we get a few.
I
need like 3 or 4 end credits, please.
That's a fun transition on over to Phase 5.
No.
Look, we forgot about She-Hulk.
Whoa.
You try.
We'll do She-Hulk. We'll do She-Hulk. All right, go ahead.
Thank you, because she's right around the corner.
She is.
She-Hulk, I have to say, you guys, was one of the first comic books I happened to get in my possession when I was a little girl, and super, super excited. I'm sorry, Seabass. What are you doing back there?
I don't know what
I'm
doing.
just excited because as you bring it up too, it's just something to bring up that they're actually showing her break the fourth wall.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The fourth wall break.
She has done in the comics.
And they're showing Matt's original costume.
Yes. First of all, so much to unpack on this trailer, right? They showed not only her breaking the fourth wall, but the way she's able to control her power completely different from the way Hulk was able to do, because he would completely walk Hulk out, had no control over it. She's opened up an inner part of herself that completely was opposite. More confidence, stronger, beautiful. It's just the fact that they're showing all of that. I am absolutely over the moon about. Like, I am so excited for this series. I don't know how many episodes we're actually getting. We see Abomination in it. We see Titania. Thank you. It wasn't coming out. And then I don't know what these.
Are we getting Frogman too?
Yeah, we are getting Frogman. And then of course Matt Murdock, Charlie Cox. I love that dynamic. It's gonna be freaking awesome. We're
getting 9 episodes. Just we're getting 9 episodes. She-Hulk is going right into October 12th.
Thank you. That's gonna be great. I'm so excited about that.
We also got the Wrecking Crew in the preview.
Is that who they are?
Yep, that is the Wrecking Crew.
I have no idea who that is. I'm just gonna pretend I know.
The Wrecking Crew, again, it's another C-list of villains that when you needed a group of villains to fight Hulk or some muscle-bound characters, you would call the Wrecking Crew. That was it. They were construction themed at some point, with the way they were, but that was the Wrecking Crew. But yeah, I'm
Apparently,
loving
we
it.
should be getting a lot of Easter eggs of different Marvel characters in the like probably B list and C list characters that we
Yeah.
haven't had the opportunity to see. So I think that's what we're going to
I'd like them to show her represent a lot of characters, even mutant related characters. And now that they've introduced it, maybe they can hint at a couple more, her representing that type of world and people that may need her help. I'm just really excited about what they do with this show. And I'm loving what I saw in this trailer.
It's gonna be. It looks like it's gonna be a fun show. Her interaction with Hulk, and like I told people, her model's gonna be upgraded because, again, when you're doing CGI like that, all they're doing is gonna be upgrading her model like they've done for Hulk for all these movies. Like we've already seen with Abomination, they're using the same model that they used in Shang-Chi. So we're gonna see an upgrade definitely on her model, but it just, I don't know. The show looks like it's going to be fun. It looks like they're going to pull a lot from the comics, a lot of the stuff we saw in the She-Hulk comics, the sensational She-Hulk. She embraced herself being a Hulk, which we see in this, and just her encounters with all the various different Marvel characters, like you said, the B-list, C-list, and so on and so forth. And even the joke of her like love life and everything is being hinted in this because, again, She-Hulk has also had an extensive love life. So it's going to be yes, it is. And I keep telling you, it's going to get better. The more they keep working on her model, the more they and also too, wait, we got Wong revealing it.
Yeah.
We have so
I was just gonna say
happening
that
in
Wong
this.
comes out in there. I mean, there's so much in that trailer. I'm super excited about this show. I can't even. You guys don't even know how happy I am about it. I'm so hyped. I'm gonna start drawing She-Hulk. Like, I'm super excited.
So Chon, now we're in for your transition.
My transition.
Wong
Here we
is
go.
everywhere.
All right, here we go. And now
that's it. That's all you guys got to say about She-Hulk. You're gonna just totally
you said it.
You said it all. I'm excited. I'm excited for She-Hulk. I want to see it. But
that's
like, you
your
did
girl.
the whole thing.
Say your piece, girl. Like, listen.
You guys had barely any input.
You said everything.
Fine. Moving on.
I had the Wrecking Crew. I said Wong.
To be transparent, I've never read a She-Hulk comic, so I don't have anything. I know she broke the fourth wall. I know she has done a couple things. I'll get all my She-Hulk info as we watch the show, and I read all my stuff and I watch all my things. But in regards to it, I'm excited for all the content. I'm here for all the movies and stuff.
Right. Exactly.
You said everything you needed to say.
Okay. All right. You guys just didn't give her enough time. But whatever. Let's move on to Phase 5.
We're gonna be talking about the show.
We're talking about it for 9 weeks.
Excited. God, let me be excited.
Be excited.
Yes, you guys did let me be excited. I'm talking shit. Phase 5. Actually,
Phase 5. Starting February 17th, we get Quantumania. We get our first influence of... What are you doing?
I'm excited.
We get our first Kang the Conqueror, apparently. So if you go to the Marvel Spoilers Reddit, there are some leaked trailers for you to see. I have been watching them because I cannot help myself. So we do see some interactions between...
Spoiler alert. In case you wanted to know.
It's the trailer that they showed in Hall H that us regular folk didn't get to see. So anyway.
Okay.
They're probably going to drop them this week.
Well, they may drop Quantumania. Guardians isn't dropping. Because of the VFX isn't ready yet, and James Gunn has gone. Exactly. The VFX isn't there ready for him to drop the trailer officially for all of us to watch it over and over again in 4K and to do stills. So he's not ready. So Guardians, we're not going to see that trailer. But Quantumania, maybe. But however, yes, there is that interaction between Ant-Man and Kang where he tells him, says, "Oh, you're an Avenger, I'm a Conqueror." We are getting the...
So they want to know. They want to know where they're searching.
So you just go to Marvel Studios Spoilers. That's a subreddit, and you can just try to type in trailer or something. You should be able to find the leaked trailer of Quantumania and for Guardians. Obviously, they get pulled down, so you got to find them. I was able to watch the Guardians trailer last night, and Quantumania I saw a couple days ago. They're bad quality. It's that phone in the pocket sort of situation, but you still get to watch it. So We get MODOK is happening in Quantumania. We're getting Bill Murray, who's going to be in Quantumania as a character who is in the multiverse.
I love that they canceled the MODOK TV series. They were just like, but we're going to give you proper MODOK.
We're going to give you proper MODOK.
I hate it. Did you guys ever watch it?
I watched it and I was just like, okay,
so bad.
it's a thing that happened.
It was still under the old TV division, so I didn't pay attention.
And just let everybody know who's with us today. We will be going through every single one of these items. So I know we've got some call outs for Blade and for Daredevil. We will get there. We will get there. Have faith.
Plus a lot of other stuff that got announced.
Yeah, plus there's a whole lot to unpack with, I'm not going to say it wrong, SDCC from this weekend. I said CDCC earlier, and my friend was like, what? I was like, I said that wrong, didn't I?
It was
no, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
But I think we're getting in Quantumania, we're getting Stature. Casey Lang.
Yes, the recast. They did my girl 30 from Endgame. They said good.
Wait, they recast her?
Yes.
She wasn't that important anyway. We need someone who can actually be a young Avenger, because Stature is a young Avenger.
First of all,
I don't need some fill-in body.
First of all, I hear you, and I see you. But do you know either of these two actresses?
No, I don't care.
Okay, then you talking wild shit like, the first actress, she was new and she just had some speaking lines, and this new now the girl they really got, she's got a body of work. She's been doing all this.
I have no idea.
The first actor was just a kid.
No,
the girl that they gave.
I know what you're talking about. Yes, I know the one that they gave the glow up. I know what you're talking. I'm being an ass.
It's typical. Why would I assume?
Because that's you're about to get kitted out.
Yes, so we are getting Stature. We are getting another young Avenger. Who probably either will show up in Phase 6 or Phase 7 or whenever the hell the younger Avengers are showing up.
I mean, I think they're going to give us a teaser in D23 because there's I think 11 titles that they didn't tell us about.
6.
Something like that.
We're getting 6 new. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, 6 new Marvel things we're getting from D23 from Phase 6, but. We'll get
There's
there.
a lot to come. Okay.
So
there was stuff that was confirmed but not shown as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Quantumania. Then anything else from Quantumania we need to bring up? I think we hit all the beats.
Oh, we're just getting Kang, we're getting MODOK, we're getting Stature, we're getting Quantumania, we got Bill Murray.
Whoever he's gonna be.
Yeah.
Let's jump into Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion, yes, happening.
Yes, I can't wait for this.
We got the time of when it happens, and it's going to make sense. The majority of this is going to be happening in the 5 years of the blip, which makes sense of why the Skrulls would then go and interpret who they want to be. I think that's a really interesting. It's gonna be, I think, our first show that's really going to be diving into the happenings of the blip, right?
Yeah.
And I also saw
while it's going anyway
about they show a interaction with Nick.
Yes, we do.
And
we definitely do.
Yeah, absolutely. They show an interaction with Nick and with Talos, and there's a whole.
Right, George. You see, that was my point. Thank you, George.
You did. You brought up
his suit. Up Daredevil.
Whatever.
He's brought up
his suit.
Val, it's going to be okay.
Okay, I'm over it.
So you're saying, Love?
But they show Talos in an interaction with a newer introduced character, but they show Talos and Nick, and they show what Nick has been up to for all these years. They it's a whole I've been thoroughly on TikTok, just deep on TikTok this whole weekend, just going. So what did y'all see?
Take over Nick during the 5-year blip, because he gets blipped out.
I don't know.
He does.
Nick Fury got blipped out.
Nick Fury got.
So did Talos step in and then they just let him run with it so he could be
That was Talos.
That could have been Talos. You're right. We don't know.
No. I'm telling you right now. Hold on. Stop.
So the one who got blipped was Talos?
Full stop.
No.
Full stop. That was Talos. Look at me, people. Look at me, everyone. That was Talos. Nick hasn't been there since before the first Avengers movie.
Oh yeah, because he's been in
No, what? No.
Nick has not been there.
We don't know. Okay, do we know when he was in the space station for Sword?
They never said. They never.
They don't give us a time frame.
They never give us.
Hasn't been there forever.
Since what? Ultron? Or just in general?
Before that.
You're saying it's been Talos has been Nick Fury this entire time?
There's no way. I don't think so.
That's what they're.
I'm gonna say this.
That is
if they're
literally what they're alluding to.
Yo, yeah, better sandwich. Yo, we will do this right now.
Yo.
Better sandwich.
Law. If that's true, I'm buying you tacos.
Yo, I'll show you the clip. I will show you the clip of someone saying like it's been him the whole time.
Okay, so you were saying that Nick Fury since the 90s has been in space.
Yes.
And the Nick Fury that we have seen throughout the entirety of the MCU on Earth has been Talos.
Since first Avengers.
Not first Avengers. Since
Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel.
Since Captain Marvel is what I'm saying.
No way. No way. So that would mean that Talos instigates the Avengers Initiative. That would mean that Talos is the one that almost gets killed. That would mean no, absolutely not. There's no way I believe that.
What makes you think that Nick wouldn't be giving him the play-by-play?
Because Nick
at running point.
No, okay, hold on. Wait a second. When are you referring to that Talos takes over?
Because they show in Captain Marvel that Nick, I think what Lewis is saying too, is that Nick is at his desk and pulls the Avengers Initiative after looking at Captain Marvel's ship. That can't be Talos.
There's no way that
I'm saying after that. And before the literal first Avengers or whatever the first we get Iron Man.
Okay, so between the 90s and Iron Man in 2008, at some point in that time, Nick Fury goes into space and Talos takes over and runs S.H.I.E.L.D. for him.
Yes.
No, I'm gonna give you a timeline. I think Nick would have done the leave after everything that went down in Captain America. Because
give me a second. There's on TikTok. I will send it to the group chat now.
I'm gonna tell you why I think. I'm gonna help you with this. I'm gonna say this. I would say Nick would have left after S.H.I.E.L.D. fell. Because that would make more sense
after Ultron.
Yeah, after Ultron, after Captain America: Winter Soldier,
before the registration, before Civil War.
I would say that's when Nick would have left to space and then entrust Talos to take.
That could make sense. However, I think it makes more sense to me that it's Nick who gets blipped. Talos takes over, runs Nick's role. When he comes back, he's like, "Yo, I've been doing this. You can still keep doing this and help me out. You're my body double while I go take care of this other shit."
That makes sense too. After what if Nick got blipped out and went Spider-Man, because again we didn't.
Hold on, I'm gonna play this real quick.
We don't need to play a TikTok on air.
We don't need to play a TikTok on air. It's good.
No, I'm not playing no random ass TikTok.
It's not a random. It's literally Straw Hat Goofy, who was actually there when they talked about this and showed the trailer.
Again,
it's fine.
No, there's no way I believe that.
Anyway, Secret Invasion is this is the conversation that Secret Invasion is doing. So we can watch that on the side and you can put it in the chat, but we're not gonna have a fucking TikTok go on air with the mic on the other. No, we're not doing that. What is this? Anyway, I think Secret Invasion is gonna be a good time with the fact that we're gonna have some blip action.
Absolutely.
We're gonna have tacos being purchased by someone from the Bronx.
Yeah, we bet in tacos right
for
now.
Another person, because Seabass knows what happens when he bets against me. So that'll be y'all bet, and then whoever wins has to eat the tacos on air. That's usually how these food bets go. So that will be Secret Invasion. I think we got some other castings, but it's gonna be fun.
We know that Emma Clark. Is it Emma Clark?
Amelia Clark. Yo, Pong, there's another one.
Oh my god.
There's another one. There's another one.
There's another one.
Disaster strikes again.
Anyway, we know that the Mother of Dragons will be in.
Dude, that's not even a hard name. That's not even a hard name
bro.
for you to do.
I kind of mixed Emma Watson with Amelia Clark. It just
no.
I am sorry.
No,
Pong, don't be on
add it to the list.
One speaks at the United Nations, and the other one's the Mother of fucking Dragons. Like, I don't understand.
They both have an E in their name. I am sorry.
Okay.
Anyway, let me correct myself. Amelia Clark is casted in Secret Invasion. We just don't know who she's playing yet.
Definitely playing a Skrull.
I would assume.
She's definitely 100% playing a Skrull. If you don't have her playing a Skrull, I mean, you let her be a bad guy and a shitty bad guy at that. Let her be a good bad guy, you know?
Or she could be Spider-Woman. Ooh, that would be cool.
We're moving
on. That's not what I would see her do.
Yeah. All right. Anything else for Secret Invasion?
No, that's it. Let's go.
All right, sweet.
Bro.
Moving on to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Cinco de Mayo. Look at that.
Wait, we can't
okay.
talk about Guardians just yet until we actually let everyone know that we're also getting I Am Groot.
Yeah, we're getting the I Am Groot miniseries,
animated series,
kind of
yeah.
like how we got the Baymax miniseries.
Yeah,
Looks like a
same.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
Looks like a lot of fun. Him farting out a leaf, and then the people trying to kill him are like, "Holy shit, he's our god! He's feeding us."
Eat his shit.
Also rewatched Guardians 1 and 2 with the family, and I was like, man, these movies are really good.
They are. They're
really good. And then I don't know if it was meant to be together, but when Ego touches Star-Lord to have him see everything, Star-Lord's like, I see eternity. And I'm like, oh shit, eternity from Thor Love and Thunder. I was like, look at that. Look at that. Well, before we do, what do we got here?
Does everything have to do with any MCU, or is this just
the I Am Groot? I'm assuming it's gonna be during that time period of when he's Baby Groot, so the 2014 time period, because the Guardians are still doing shit in space.
It's just gonna be. It's
like right now he's like a teenager.
I don't think it's gonna be really something that it's more about to capitalize. I think it's
just gonna be little. It's just gonna be little side adventures for him, just having fun. I think it's gonna anything to do with anything with like anything of the major stories. But they did confirm that Rocket will most likely be in it.
Yeah, I think it's just a fun sideshow because the Guardians have just been doing shit in space, and then Infinity War happened. Because even when they find Thor, they're just flying through space.
Yeah, they just like
You're muted, Val. You had a whole thought and no one heard it.
Yeah, you're not coming in. I think your mic died or something.
Nope.
Yeah.
Done.
Nope.
Nada.
Val is having technical difficulties.
All right, so onwards and upwards, I guess. So we're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. All right, so what we know.
Oh my god!
Yes, he will be the new Grogu. He's always been like the original Grogu. Everyone loved Baby Groot.
He predates him.
Yes,
I hear you now.
Okay.
Right,
what were you saying?
Oh, I was mentioning about Guardians. I hear we're gonna see a lot of backstory of Rocket, of what happened with him and his transition to being what he is exactly. They're gonna give us some more on that. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, that's that we did. So part of the trailer, again, this is another trailer that you can see at Marvel Studios Spoilers, the Reddit. You can find that leaked trailer there. It may be gone, but I'm just letting you know you may be able to find it. You see bits of a baby raccoon, so baby Rocket.
Didn't get canceled. Someone is, I don't know. It was a conspiracy on my mic, apparently. I don't know.
Oh,
technical difficulties.
It was a secret invasion.
Yes. So we know that they're going to be connecting Rocket to the High Evolutionary. So we know we're going to have that little mulligan that we're going to be dealing with. Who showed up at Comic-Con? What's up?
And who is playing High Evolutionary? We got to see him in Peacemaker.
Well, we knew that. We knew he was playing High. Well, we knew.
Confirmed yet, but we knew. We got an idea.
We knew that he was playing High Evolutionary. And then
I'm sorry, I don't know who's playing High Evolutionary.
The guy in was it Merv?
He played Merv.
Merv in
the leader of the group?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool.
And then the other aspect from that trailer is we got our first look of Adam Warlock. So it'll be interesting to see how Adam Warlock's going to be playing into this storyline, because we know since we didn't use him in Infinity, he's probably going to hold some other role for the Guardians, probably out there to kill them because of the.
I think we may see some Eternals in there with the way the Eternals ended. I think we're going to get some of that. Yeah,
I don't know how they're. I don't know where it's going to be.
Does
I think
Adam have conflict with Galactus at all and Silver Surfer? Does he have beef with them?
No,
I don't think so.
He
Not that I can
his
recall.
whole beef was always with like Thanos and all that.
Yeah, with the Soul Stone. Soul Stone.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why everyone was like, he's not going to show up in Infinity War, but it wouldn't make sense because he's brand new and like you got to give him all this lore to back it up. It wouldn't have made narrative sense for him to just show up.
So now I'm trying to figure out what they're going to do with him then.
They still have in the comics they still have Magus and Goddess. So if they wanted to go that route, they can always go that route with the character if they decide to, because Magus and Goddess were Goddess was the pure good of Adam Warlock separated from him, and Magus was the pure evil separated from him when he became a holder of a gem. He has a lot of ties with Eternity in the comics, and they said like, yeah, we expelled those from you so that this way you wouldn't use the gems for anything like evil or anything like that. And then Goddess went on this whole crusade where she was using people's religion to kind of recruit them to make a whole universal utopia. Magus was just fucking evil.
Yep. And Val, I had a question for you.
Yeah. So how I would tie it in, you get Arrows, we got Pip the Troll. Both were part of Guardians of the Galaxy with Adam and Pip the Troll, as well as Drax. They were all on a team together in the comic books. So the fact that in our end credit scene in Eternals, you see Arrows and Pip join who's on that ship, I don't see how that wouldn't tie into some of that in Guardians if they're getting Adam. I mean, because I believe we're going to be losing a lot of the Guardians cast.
Yeah,
Adam is probably going to be coming in. We're going to get replacements.
We're losing Dave Bautista. He said he's done, and I think the thought is that Rocket may die.
Oh, I will cry like a baby.
Because I think Bradley Cooper is also stepping away. I believe Chris Pratt's staying on. I believe Mantis is staying on.
I think that probably introduced Nova then.
We've been waiting for Nova.
They said that's rumors too, that Nova's supposed to be.
But we also know what happened to Xandar since Xandar got obliterated.
Also, too,
that doesn't mean anything. That's true. I know. He's the last of the
Nova. Wasn't he like shot off of Earth, shot to Earth or some shit like that himself?
But there could also be Nova characters in other planets.
Well, also too, I want to add to Val's point, like how Adam Warlock and Pip the Troll were together in the comics. Gamora, Moondragon, and Drax, they were Infinity Watch. Since we are out the Infinity Saga, maybe they may take on the mantle of the next Guardians for the Galaxy.
Or our next cosmic team.
We're getting just to confirm too. We're also getting the OG Guardians crew that was shown in Guardians 2. They're also going to be in it. So Stallone, the
Reavers, you mean?
Yeah, they were the Reavers.
The other Ravagers, yeah. But they're
from the comics. They were the OG Guardians.
From the comics, yeah, they're the OG Guardians of the Galaxy.
Got it.
So he added them in there, but said they would only show. They're going to have a bigger role in Guardians 3. So we know they're also going to be a part of it. They're going to be a part of it as well.
It's going to be an interesting way to close out Guardians because this is going to be his swan song, because after this, James Gunn is going to television, and he's going to be doing directing for DC for their next shows because they've already greenlit a spin-off of another Suicide Squad character for him. But next character, who are we at next, though?
We got Echo. I don't think we got a trailer. We know the big to-dos from there is that D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox will be in it, and that they may be going off the storyline of Kingpin being blind for, I don't know, forever, but for a bit, because he got shot twice and he lost his eyes. That's kind of what I got from what I read. I don't know if anyone else heard anything else, but I know those are the two big to-dos for Echo.
I would love Echo to introduce Bullseye.
That would be really dope.
Proper Bullseye.
Yeah, not like movie version.
Poindexter was great, but not movie version.
Yeah.
But then we get because I haven't seen it, but then we get a Bullseye in the Daredevil show.
We
did at the end, but then so now that it's canon again, I want them to at least bring him back, even if you're just for a hot second. Bring him back.
Well, we know
he was such a good villain.
So, but we do okay. So I guess maybe we can talk about when we get to Daredevil Born Again. But is the Netflix stuff? I don't think the Netflix stuff is canon. It's just they brought the original actor back.
I think it is canon.
Yeah, it could be. It's easy to write it in canon because when the Netflix stuff first came out, the Marvel TV division was still also in charge of the Marvel movie division. Because when you look at the first season of Daredevil, they do mention the stuff that happened in the Avengers.
Right.
Yeah, they do bring up what took place in New York and stuff like that. So I think it is canon. It's just more underground thing.
Yeah.
Attack.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get to that. So next up, we've got Loki Season 2.
Did we ever get confirmation?
We
What's
they
the other
haven't. We may get confirmation when we get to Daredevil. That's where I believe.
Yeah, I don't,
Because
like
if
we haven't heard anything. Like I don't think Kevin Feige said anything of like where the Netflix shows fall, or is it going to be like how, like kind of like how the X-Men shows, the X-Men movies fall? Like are they going to be their own thing? And they just brought Charlie Cox in because the fans love him, and Charlie Cox is really great as Matt Murdock, and kind of he's doing the whole lawyer thing, and he's just Daredevil in the background, and no one really knows until She-Hulk. I don't know.
I mean, I think
it's
the
really
Netflix Daredevil is part of it. It just will take place like right after the first Avengers. They're doing their thing on the low. They don't have any big to do with the bigger scope of the MCU world.
Well,
I
Feige already
think
said
now
that
he's just starting to branch out, meeting other actors or characters in MCU like Spider-Man and now
Feige
She-Hulk.
said he wants to make Daredevil and Spider-Man his like priority street level like heroes. So they're going to be like the guys on the ground with a lot of the stuff that they're doing. So I'm imagining that as much stuff as we're seeing in the big, cosmic world and the big Avenger world and all this other stuff on a street level, we're going to see them almost constantly.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is Loki Season 2.
which has started filming.
Wild.
It's confirmed that they started filming already. I'm hoping I'm hoping they pick up from where they left off.
Yeah.
I would like to see it like exactly where it left off, that he comes into the agency and sees Kang's up there and female Loki's disappeared.
I want to see what she is up to now that she's in his spot.
No, I don't think she's in his spot. She's not in his because
she killed him, and then
she killed him. But I don't think she stayed there.
I don't think she stayed there. I think she's out there living her life now, something she hasn't been able to do since they took her.
Yeah, because it's
she's
like
been
now
on the run.
and also too, what is her purpose now after she killed the
I feel like it would be in a Loki nature to like not like part of me is like, yo, like you see that much power, that seat of power, and you're just gonna pass it up.
I don't think she was doing it for power though.
I don't think she has that part of her Loki nature.
I don't think she is doing it for power. I don't think she ever was doing it for power. I do think that when she sees the vacancy for power and her ability to like enact the change that she wants to see, essentially, she'd be like, you know what? I'll be better as the orchestrator of this new symphony.
But but I don't think that's gonna kiss because her choice, and like you said, it set off a chain of events, which is setting off what we're seeing now, and that was the opening of Secret Wars. So I don't think it's going to be a vacancy of power. I think she's just now after what she's done. I think we're gonna get a character that's lost. That's what I think we're going to get, and Loki.
She is coming back.
Tom Hiddleston, yeah, she's coming back. We're gonna get Tom Hiddleston.
I think everyone's coming back.
Yeah, everybody.
But everyone's minds are. Well, we know Morbius's mind is probably going to be white. They won't be like he won't know. He won't have the relationship he has with
Loki.
Right, he doesn't know him.
Yeah, because it's a different variant version, which we've seen in the comics, where there was at one point where it's Morbius, where we thought we were going to get that in this season. That may happen in this, where we get multiple versions of him, which we've seen in the comics. That's happened. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting.
Can you tell me? This was a question that I had earlier today. As far as why do we see some people variants look exactly the same and other people's variants completely different? Like Loki had several different types of variants, but then we're looking at Kang, they're all the same.
I think it's based on the universe that they come from.
I mean, I
think it also has to do with like the story that they're trying to tell. Right. Like even like from what we know from the from even some of the comics, like some of them look exactly the same, and then some of them look vastly different. So like we know in Secret Wars, you've got Reed Richards' Fantastic Four, who's in 616, and then you have Ultimate Fantastic Four, who's gonna be who's the Maker, who's like the villainous version of him, and he's a younger version, and he looks different. He's got the scar on his face and all that.
The beard,
Where the other Reed has the beard and the family and all other shit. So I think they're just I think it depends on like what actor wants to be in the MCU for like a really short, easy role. And two, what actor wants to play themselves in multiple different ways that's going to fit the narrative. I think Spider-Man worked because we had 3 different actors, and there's no need to have Tom Holland 3 times. But Loki was just interesting because we had Kid Loki, we had original Loki, we had Alligator Loki, we had Loki who killed Thor. You know, we had like a, you know, I think they're just playing with the idea with variants of some of them looking the same, and some of them being vastly different. I don't know if there's a real reason for it.
I think it's more because they've done it in the comics like that way. Like think about like with Superman, like they had like the multiverse of Superman where there were Superman was of different nationalities and everything. I think it's just like, yeah, the multiverse, you can either it'll be the same person that looks like you, or in a different universe you would just look different, like kind of like with Spider-Man. So I mean it's just gonna, it also too, and to be honest, it's probably gonna lead to a lot of fan casting.
Good.
Like
Yeah.
we may.
It just depends on what people want to do. Like, I think Jonathan Majors is probably down to play different versions of himself.
Yeah.
Right? Because, like, and I think it depends on the character, too. Like, we don't know. Like, everyone's thinking, you know, we don't think John Krasinski is going to, you know, some people are thinking John Krasinski is not going to be Mr. Fantastic. But it was just like Seabass's point, it was the fan casting that we've all been wanting. And they were like, all right, well, here's John Krasinski as fantastic, Mr. Fantastic. But we're going to build out our Mr. Fantastic of who we want them to be. Where some it's going to be like it's the same person over and over again.
That definitely was fantastic because they almost casted Tom Cruise, and it was because fans thought that Tom Cruise was in the movie. They just said it was a difference of timing because they were like, yeah, let's throw Tom Cruise in there too. So it was just them having fun with the fan casting.
They can still do Tom Cruise.
They still can give us Superior Iron Man.
Give us Superior Iron Man, absolutely. Yeah. But
he would do that so fantastic.
Yeah, that'll be really interesting. But
I would like to see Superior Spider-Man with Doc Ock in his head and have them cast a brand new character. That would be pretty good.
That would be interesting. Or do it with Toby, where Doc Ock got into his head. That would be interesting. A version of Toby to come back to play that.
All right, we got to get to phase 5 and 6, people.
All right. Anyway, so we've got the Marvels now. I don't know if we need to go too down because we know what the Marvels is going to be with the way Miss Marvel ended.
They're hinting at what's this? Monica Rambeau might be a mutant also.
Photon?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I read an article that they're hinting that she may be categorized as mutant in this movie as well.
Interesting.
So it would be interesting because then they would say that again that the catalyst to activate her mutant power was what she went through, that whole
Wanda.
thing. Yeah, I'm seeing that. You know, we're getting Photon, Miss Marvel, and Captain Marvel in one film. They're hunting that, you know, the quantum bands. That's what she has, and that's what activated her power, which again leads into the whole theory that the whole thing with the whole cosmic universe and the whole thing of these cosmic, like with the Infinity Rings, the Infinity Stones and exposure, because we even have to go back to, did possibly Captain Marvel when the ship exploded, did that possibly maybe could have led into maybe some mutant births at that time too? Because don't forget, Captain Marvel took place like what, in the 80s. So we don't know like how they're going to explain mutants, but this can be way.
I hope they do it the way I said it. That'll make sense. But anyway, moving on.
But I don't know. Yeah, there's not much to talk about Captain Marvel, but the fact that we're getting Miss Marvel back because she's awesome, Photon, and the Captain,
Carol Danvers.
Carol,
and maybe Rogue. I mean, I would really like that.
It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
If you end it with Rogue and that's
taking Carol Danvers' power, putting her in a coma, absolutely. Get rid of Brie Larson. That'd be great.
Wow. Damn, Val.
I'm sorry, Brie Larson's okay, yeah.
Wow.
Not the biggest fan.
Own it.
She sucks. I'm not the biggest fan of Brie Larson. However, I would love to see Rogue whip her ass, take her power, and become who she's meant to be in the MCU world. That would be freaking awesome. Just saying.
All right.
Blade. Just moving on.
Yes.
Still, we don't really have anything for Blade.
We
only have a voice.
We don't have anything for Blade. We don't have anything for Ironheart. We don't have anything for Agatha, really.
Yeah,
let's just breeze past what we do know.
So for Blade, we don't know anything aside from Mahershala Ali, and the only bit of voice stuff we got was at the end of Eternals. I'm gonna assume that Black Knight's gonna show up in Blade, because
And
that's
it's going to be something related with his sword.
we're gonna get the thing with the sword, and there's a potential of us getting Moon Knight. So I think those are the three that will be together in the Blade movie.
Hopefully.
That's all I got though. Unfortunately, we don't have anything else. We don't have a trailer. There was no leaks or nothing. I just want to see Mahershala Ali just kicking vampire ass. That's kind of
That'd
what.
be awesome.
And him in the suit. I want to see him dressed up, looking like the Daywalker.
Well, I mean, we kind of get a vision of the Daywalker in Resident Evil.
Moving along.
Ironheart. We don't have a
Ironheart.
whole lot on. We see Riri in Black Panther. I'm sure they're going to allude to something that will give us in her show. I'm excited to see where they take this character and what they do on this series.
Yep.
Now, Agatha, they just changed the name. It's now Coven of Chaos instead of House of Harkness.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a series on Disney Plus. And now we jump into.
Do we know that Agatha is happening after her mind shift with Wanda, and it changes maybe because Wanda is now kind of out of commission, or is it going to be like how she grew into power with her other coven?
Or maybe
Coven of Chaos. I think she might be on the search to try to get where Wanda is and get her wherever she's at.
Or maybe by the end of that series we get the return of Wanda.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think
it's going to be her looking for the Chaos power and thinking she can get it and trying to find out where Wanda is. I don't think she's giving up on that.
Yeah, I don't think Wanda's dead. We didn't get a body or anything. Wanda's not dead.
She's definitely not.
All right.
Now, Daredevil, Born Again. I didn't read this series, but I heard it's very good, and I hear we're getting 18 episodes.
It's 18
that
episodes.
Meme that I sent you guys, where it was
so
basically,
freaking
"I
excited.
beat you. I beat the 6
It's-
episode
it's-
system."
It's 18 episodes, and apparently, so the Born Again series, the comic run is essentially, the way it is. I think it's Frank Miller who does it, and Kingpin finds out who Daredevil is. He attacks his brownstone, blows it up, gets him fired from his job, and essentially he literally finds himself again. And it's not about Daredevil, it's about Matt Murdock. But apparently it's a very good comic. I haven't read it, unfortunately. But that's the synopsis of it.
It is a novella for nerds. Absolutely. It's going to be great.
Dude,
Yeah.
yo, they said
That's
18.
what we need. I need those types of series. The 6-episode series is killing me.
Yo, they were
Not
like, y'all
giving me
complaining
enough.
about 6 series 5. We got you. Boom, 18 episodes. Let's go. Stop.
Let's see
think we're
how
probably gonna
they
get-
break up 18 episodes. That's what I'm interested in.
We're probably going to get some of it starting at the end of Echo, maybe like alluding to where they're setting that up.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting. It's 18 episodes. Shit, I'm happy. It's like like you said, a novella for nerds. What do we got next on the docket?
Yeah, Captain America 4, but
New
Captain America, New
World.
World Order.
New World
Order.
Captain America, NWO.
Oh.
We need Hulk Hogan to make a character.
Oh, God.
I'm sure this is going to be a wild one. Post what we saw in Falcon and Winter Soldier. There's going to be a lot. I'm sure it's going to lead. Like the placement of it is not lost on me. This right before Thunderbolts, so I completely see them having a lot right after the events. Of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
I think what is it? A 2-month difference? What's the release dates? I can't see.
It's a 2. Yeah, May 3rd and July 26th. So
Jeez.
okay. So do we think though, because New World Order can mean many things. We know that in canon, Marvel canon, New World Order is a organization that was founded by the Red Skull. So do we think that since the Red Skull's journey, his job of protecting the Soul Stone, is it over? Is he's like, fuck this shit, I'm out. I've been here since World War II. I'm gonna go take over the world again. I didn't learn my lesson.
I don't think that's happening.
But
all right, Seabass, what you got?
I don't think we're getting
got
Red Skull there.
I think we're getting the fallout from Captain America, Falcon, Winter Soldier, because I believe what's her face is probably going to maybe take over that spot.
Say her name. Say her name.
You know, Sharon Carter.
I thought
Oh,
you say
okay.
now.
Not her.
No, we're
Sharon Carter.
We're getting her in 2 months.
No, so
Right.
yeah. So I think with Sharon Carter, we're going to probably see her take up the mantle of the villain in the story, because again, we still don't know what happened to her during those years that
I think she
Everyone
may
goes out.
be a Skrull though.
again, that's the possibility, but we don't know what happened to her character during that time she was blipped out. It really is something that a lot of people were upset about that reveal. Yes, Pong, it was close. I think we're getting a lot of people are upset about that reveal that she was revealed to be what's it called? The power broker.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was a bad reveal. I think it leads more to the fact that it's separating the character from Peggy Carter. Instead, it's like she's not following in her grandmother's footsteps, but yet she is now in this bold new world that the MCU has created, and it's giving the character more variety.
I don't want her to be the bad in the movie. I don't think she's a strong enough character to base a movie on her. There's got to be something more there.
It probably would be an organization, her bringing it, because like also too is like who she's talking to on over that phone. I mean, Idea Mechanics, I think that died with Norman Rockwell's character that he played.
Well, no.
If we're introducing MODOK in Quantumania,
we're getting
why
MODOK,
not get AIM in New World Order?
It's possible.
And we had
Hydra's done.
We had AIM in Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
The other guy was Hammer. I mean, I'll deal with it. I like Sam Rockwell. I thought Justin
which he's still Norman Rockwell. Sorry. No, he's still around. If you watch the short Return of the King, is it Return of the King? Hail the King on Disney Plus, which is confirmed to be MCU canon. His character is just in jail. That's all. He's just been rotting away in jail. He's not dead or anything, and he made the return in that, so he can reappear in the MCU if they want him to.
Yeah,
I mean, they did bring back what's his face's character, the fake Mandarin.
Well, I mean, that was to clear up the fact that they did so horribly on the Mandarin, and they decided to correct that.
Well, I recommend to everybody watch Hail the King on Disney Plus because it's a great way to tie in between Iron Man 3 and Shang-Chi.
All right.
Shang-Chi?
Thunderbolts is 2 months after. What do we so far? I mean, there's a lot. We already know a lot of the cast for Thunderbolts.
We know a lot of the cast, and we know a lot of speculation, but we don't know what they're doing.
All this was a confirmation of something that we knew was happening.
Yeah,
like, we knew they were trademarking it, but now we got the confirmation and we got the logo. Obviously, it's far out. We don't know if this going to be. Will this still be a movie? Will it be a series? We don't know. But this is going
to be their Dark Avengers. That's what it's going to be.
Give us Phase 6, baby.
I don't want it to be Dark Avengers. Stick to the Thunderbolts.
Well, think about it. You're getting U.S. Agent, most likely. You're getting.
But that's what the Thunderbolts is like. Their version of Suicide Squad.
But we're not gonna do both Dark Avengers and Thunderbolts.
Yeah. No, we're gonna get Young Avengers and Thunderbolts. I mean, there's no reason to even bring in Dark Avengers.
Oh, and we also have to figure out what we're doing with White Vision, but we'll find out later. Ship of Theseus.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Agatha.
Maybe. All right, here we go. Phase 6. Let me zoom in.
Yeah, that's all we got so far.
Baby.
That's all we got.
How many empty slots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 empty slots there.
We know 6. We know 6 are being confirmed at D23. That is what.
So Phase 6 starts with Fantastic Four.
No,
it looks like there's a property here, fall 2024.
So, I will say we already kind of know some of the things that we're gonna get. We know at some point we're gonna get. We're supposed to get a mutant-related movie, Deadpool, another Spider-Man movie, a Shang-Chi sequel, Armor Wars, a Nova series, like all these things. We don't know if we're getting them within
and Eternals 2.
Eternals 2. But now we're getting stuff that's leaked trademarks that have been
and What If Season 2.
Right, What If Season 2. So we also have a Wakanda series, a Nova series. We have what is it?
But are these are just trademarks? These aren't confirmed properties. It's just them kind of just taking care of
Spider-Man. Spider-Man was confirmed.
Some of it makes sense to use, renewed.
Yeah.
So so stuff like Black Knight. If we get a Black Knight movie, if we get what is this?
Maybe we get Midnight Suns.
Midnight Suns is on this list. Hercules: Rise of the Gods. So there's a lot of stuff that they could still throw in.
Yeah. God, it's so much.
And it doesn't look like they're afraid to throw in a lot of content per phase now.
Yeah.
Is that 2 Avengers movies in the same year?
Yes. Yeah. So the way they're doing it now, Kevin Feige announced that Avengers movies will be how they capstone a saga. So this is the multiverse saga. So we get the 2 Avengers movies, and then whatever the next, essentially their reboot, because they're using Secret Wars as a reboot. That whole trilogy of a phase will end with another Avengers. Maybe ends with another, but he said that Avengers stuff now, or Avengers movies in general, since all the movies tend to be ensemble movies, since all the heroes show up.
We get Black Suit Spidey and Secret Wars.
Yeah,
so lit.
Secret Wars was the storyline with the incursion, correct? If I'm recalling.
Yes, it's they had all the incursions, and then Secret Wars was with the culmination of 616 and Ultimate combining, and then you've got
you might get Miles.
You had Molecular Man, Stephen Strange and Doctor Strange and Doom, who go with the what the fuck are they called? I don't remember what they were called. No, the Beyonders. And then he gets the Doctor Doom gets the power and rewrites everything into Battle World.
And Valeria was holding him down.
Yes, Susan was holding him down, and then he had Valeria and Susan was his wife, and Valeria and Franklin were his kids. And he was like, "What?" And then he had a bunch of different, and he had like a whole wall that was set up where they had all the zombies, and he had a bunch of generals. He had all the Thors.
We're getting in Fantastic Four? Do you think we're getting Franklin and Valeria as well?
I think we are. I think we are. I think we're gonna get them. I don't know at this late in the game.
If we didn't.
Does it make sense to just have the original 4 and Sue and Reed aren't married? I would be good with like them being together.
I don't want another origin movie.
Yeah, I'm good with them being together, and the kids are there, and like we just go with it.
I mean, it would be interesting if we see them return in Quantum Mania.
Yeah, I would like that.
Because they're saying that they're lost somewhere, because they like again in the Doctor Strange movie, he pointed out like the team from the 60s, and it sounds like they got lost and locked somewhere. So it would be interesting if they introduced them in Quantum Mania, and then that they just been active, and then you show them like a little ahead, getting with the times. And
I just want a few friendships to happen. I need Johnny and Spidey's friendship to happen, and I need Deadpool and Spidey's friendship to happen. So that's all I need. Just give me those 2 things. Because they were very pivotal.
The kids were hinted for that specific universe. Because again, the MCU, they hinted the MCU version of the Fantastic Four 2 in that movie, which again, it will be interesting if they show up in Quantum Mania, and that they get brought back by Ant-Man, and then because we haven't heard any casting. All we know is that one thing is that Margaret Robbie has been rumored to be casted as a character. We don't know who she's been casted as.
I don't want her in the MCU.
She's in the MCU. She's coming.
Say her last name again.
Margot Robbie.
Yep, that's what I thought I heard. Okay, let's moving past it. Pong, put it on the list.
Pong, put that on the list. That's so funny.
I'm not saying shit anymore.
I love Toad saw my face and was just like, oh shit.
Anyway, so we're getting more things announced at D23. We have Fantastic Four. Hopefully we'll get who the Fantastic Four are before this movie. Hopefully Doctor Doom is confirmed and we see him in Wakanda, even if he's not like any of the nonsense. He's just there and he's politicizing and he's being, an antagonizer, which I'm here for. And then what do we got here? Civil War 2 in between the Avengers. Is that from Vic?
That's a possible. Yeah, that's a possible.
We could. And we could also get a Young Avengers movie, because that could be, just Young Avengers and not be like Avengers level event, but more of like the team coming together. And I guess we lost Val for something.
So she'll be right back.
Okay.
Sound technical issues.
All right, cool. So we don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to right into May 2nd of 2025, and we're getting the Kang Dynasty.
It's wild to think that's still like 3 years away.
I know.
Like, Jesus Christ.
I know. It's insane. Like thinking about 3 years from now and be like, yeah, we're getting Avengers Kang. Like I remember
then we'll be seeing at 1,000 subs or more.
I remember when the lineups were coming out before we got like Infinity War and Endgame, it was like Infinity War Part 1, Infinity War Part 2, and we were all just like hype, and then it all kind of just changed. But yeah, Kang Dynasty. So we're probably going to see, probably the culmination of what happens in between Quantumania and Loki Season 2 will lead up to the Kang Dynasty. and then we may get that multiversal war. We may get all the variants, which will then lead to two more movies.
Secret Wars is going to be so epic, though.
And then Secret Wars is going to be bigger than Endgame, where no holds bar, anyone can just show up.
Yeah, that's the rumor that she's going to be Emma Frost. That is the rumor.
Yeah, I honestly do not want to see another Emma Frost. I would not be happy with this.
They haven't done her justice. They haven't. They only had it once in the movie.
I would rather they give us, if you're not going to give us classic X-Men characters, right? And you're going to introduce things that aren't really part of that. I want to stay away from what Fox did.
I don't think they're doing I think what they're doing is bringing what the comics are doing with the fact that how the mutant race is being ran now, and she's one of the she's one of the top political figures in the mutant race right now.
Well, Jonathan Hickman, if anyone's reading the comic books at this point, he's written this storyline so well that it's revamped the mutant world in a way that makes it.
And I think that's the adrenaline shot it needed, because when Fox owned the mutant properties and whoever was in charge of Marvel at the time, they really diminished a lot of the mutant properties with the X-Men. That's why we had the whole Inhuman thing. And I think what they're doing right now is helping to reinvent the characters. So they're probably going to pull a lot from those stories. So that's why I think that she would be Emma Frost, because of how she has her political power right now. Even like Mr. Sinister, they're doing some great stuff with him in it too. Like Sinister, I saw some of the panels and I'm like, yeah, I was like, this is a pretty good Sinister that's going on right now. But it's going to be really, really interesting if they pull a lot of the current stuff that's going on to really reintroduce the mutants.
I would hope so. That would make sense, because in this, Professor X protected and hid them for a long period of time while they were setting up the different places that they can set their home bases on with the Krakoa seeds.
Yes.
Shang-Chi's director was announced for Kang Dynasty.
Yeah, he got announced, leaked or whatever, that he's going to be doing Kang Dynasty. We don't know if he's writing it though. I think it's confirmed he's not writing it, but he is directing it. What
else do we got, guys? Are we going to talk about the non-Marvel related stuff?
I mean, we could talk.
Let's
hit DC first. Let's hit DC first.
I got you. I'm gonna just speed through them right now. Ready?
Go ahead.
So Netflix Sandman TV has a new trailer out. Fucking whoo, shit! I cannot.
That trailer was
Sandman.
I haven't watched it.
So good.
That trailer was good.
The trailer for Interview with the Vampire.
A remake, or is it a continuation?
So it is basically Louis' story with Grey Worm playing Louis. And it takes place in like early Louisiana Purchase, like Creole kind of like era.
Okay.
You have a new Star Trek parody kind of thing going on. I think what they said too with Star Trek, that the Lower Decks was going to do a crossover with the new show Brave New Worlds, where the two actors are going to play their live version of their characters on the show.
Oh, that's fun. And I know we got Picard season 3, and they're bringing back everybody. They're bringing back everybody from the new generation.
Yo, Picard is good. It's a pretty good show.
We have the latest trailers for not only Black Adam but also Shazam 2 dropped off there.
That actually looks fun. Shazam 2 actually looks fun.
Shazam's probably my favorite DC movie.
I'm here for Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu. Like, let's do it.
But Black Adam, I'm still questioning.
I'm not sure what they're.
Didn't we get I don't know how true it is. I thought I saw the confirmation that Disney Plus is doing an Aragon series.
Yes, they are.
Oh, thank God.
Yes. So not only are they doing Aragon, which I had never read as a kid growing up, but I saw the movie and then
Aragon's very good.
I heard it was really good. But we're doing that and Percy Jackson, so the inner nerd in me is just like, oh, let's fucking go.
Listen, like, you love Percy Jackson. I loved Aragon. Was like, yo, I want a talking dragon.
Do it.
I want a talking dragon.
So
Saphira is incredible.
Yes,
got a little bit of Star Wars.
Badass.
Star Wars Jedi Survivor toys show off Cal Kestis' new look. I don't know what that means for you guys.
Who?
The video game Cal Kestis from Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. For the new game?
Yes.
Yeah. They
Okay.
showed a trailer for the new game.
So we have a new trailer for Dragon Ball Super, the new movie. We have a new trailer for John Wick 4. Holy
That looks
shit! I
another
can't
thing.
wait to see that movie.
I
Oh.
think Donnie Yen is in it. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Oh
Yeah.
my god, that looks so crazy. There is a new animated Avatar movie that will star Aang and the gang as adults.
Fine.
So let's see about that. Got some stuff in the Walking Dead world that we honestly
Terry
don't care
Crews
about.
is going to be in The Walking Dead.
Well, we know. So the Walking Dead news is that instead of the Rick Grimes movie, we are getting a Rick and Michonne miniseries. That is it. Because Rick was supposed to get his own movie, but they changed it to a miniseries.
And also too, there's that Terry Crews is going to be in the spin-off series. The new one.
Interesting.
Terry Crews, and it was someone else too, but it's Walking Dead.
X-Men 97 reveals Magneto as the new leader, plus the season 2
Ooh.
going on.
Yeah, that
You guys
reveal
see
shows
images of
Magneto. Yeah, that's the what was it? Magneto's in his old 80s costume when he was leading the X-Men with the big M. I was like, oh my god, that is such a nod to
Because
the
it
comic.
takes place, I believe it reminded me, because I believe when that series ended, Professor X leaves with Lilandra to
CR,
the
yep.
Shi'ar Empire,
Because he was
correct?
sick. Yep.
So Magneto stays. I guess he decides to take over. I wonder what direction he takes the team to at that point, and what we see them do. I mean, this is going to be awesome. I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, it's again. I just love the fact that where is it? I mean, I'll try to see. Well,
I'm sure you can find an image of it.
While we have that, they also dropped season 4 trailer for the Dragon Prince. I don't know if you guys have watched that. I love that show. It's been amazing to watch. I'm so glad that they didn't cancel it like they do so many other Netflix shows and animated shows. But that shit looks amazing.
All right, so here we go.
Oh, the Dragon Prince.
We're also getting
season 4, right?
Mm-hmm. Good.
So
I
there
was
we go.
gonna say they were talking about What If a bit as well.
Yeah.
Season 2's What If.
Mm-hmm.
They're bringing back more Captain Carter. There we go. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
See, with the M and everything.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I don't know if we got a chance to talk about it. We're also doing Marvel Zombies, and the confirmation that Marvel Zombies will be a rated R feature. It will not be
on Disney Plus.
Yeah, on Disney Plus. Because remember, so on Friday they dropped Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2, and Logan, and then they confirmed on Thursday during the animation panel that we talked about it. I think we talked about it on Punk Show.
Yeah.
That we're getting Marvel Zombies. It's going to be set in the same universe as the What If episode, but it'll be like a zombie show with gore and blood and violence. It will not be like the comic where the zombies have any sort of, some of they can talk and they eventually take over the world. It's not going to be like that, but it will be a rated R feature.
Didn't they also confirm since Disney owns them now that Prey is coming to Disney Plus, the Predator movie?
I don't know if it's coming, but I know it's Prey is launching on Hulu on the 5th. So I'm definitely down to watch that. And from what I understand, and again, it could just be first people seeing it, but people are saying it's really, really freaking good.
Nice.
And it's really, so it's Predator. I don't really care if it's bad. I'm still going to watch it as long as it's gory. And
it's going to be on there internationally because they have their service called Star.
Yeah, but on August 5th, it's going to drop. I'm sure me and Seabass will definitely be watching that. And if you guys are down to watch that, we can talk about it. So
we also have some anime news from Crunchyroll. There's a lot of stuff coming out, but one thing I am freaking excited about is the show called Solo Leveling, based off the manga. Rest in peace to the creator who has just passed away over the weekend. But holy shit, that looks amazing.
What's the name of it?
Solo Leveling. If you guys haven't checked that out, do yourself a favor, go check out Solo Leveling. It's incredibly hyped anime to come, and manga world renowned. I'm gonna keep trying to speed through this. We have Harvey Keitel, who's returning to National Treasure franchise. Still no word on Nicolas Cage. Apparently Amazon ordered a third season of Wheel of Time.
I didn't even know they ordered a second one.
Exactly.
They announced the second one during the first one.
Oh, they did.
Wheel of Time was actually
I didn't watch it.
But
I watched
it was
maybe a little bit of the first episode, and I was just like, I can't do it.
Didn't they also announce season 3?
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be the final
I think
season.
I think we talked about that already.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys haven't even watched the first 2. Just saying.
I watched most of the first one, so relax.
Okay.
I've
been talking about. You guys said, "Hey, get whatever."
We're gonna watch it. It's there. It's there. It's on the queue. Listen, I got Disney Plus.
You know how fast I binge watch shows? I binge watch 3 shows this weekend.
Listen. Look,
I have the issue with.
I'm gonna tell you right now. When Seabass starts watching C, me and my wife will finish it. But until we know that man watches it, I'm not gonna start because this is gonna take forever.
Like literally just tell me the word of when we're gonna like.
Yeah. Do you even have your Apple Plus subscription?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
He
got me there. He got me there. I didn't know.
So what are we waiting on, Seabass?
I'm sorry. I've just been busy. I again next week the comic drops.
Once Seabass, like real talk, Val. Once Seabass starts it, Jackie and I will watch it, and we'll get through probably most of it in about a week, and then we'll finish it up.
I guarantee you, it will be done. It's going to be done. I will give you a written book report. I will give you tacos.
Oh my god,
we got a cool taco spot out here. Oh wait.
On.
And then wait. I'm sorry, Law. I know you're going, but don't we have the Lord of the Rings trailer that came out too?
We had a Lord of the Rings trailer, and we also had an extended trailer for House of the Dragon. A 3-minute trailer.
I have to watch that. I have not seen it yet. I was so enamored with the Marvel stuff. Sorry.
No worries. The Gotham Knights video game just showcased Batgirl, which looked really fucking dope. Again, that game did not pique my interest until they started dropping those trailers, and I'm freaking excited.
Do we know if it's going to have local multiplayer, or is it just going to be online multiplayer?
I think it might be local as well. I'm not sure yet, but I could confirm that for you. And then we get to the good stuff. So not only do we have like some like holy shit, some people are back from the dead in Teen Wolf, but apparently Sarah Michelle Gellar trades vampires for werewolves and joins the Teen Wolf universe, which I'm like, holy shit!
I'm excited about that. I love her.
We have a lot of stuff that came out with the Dungeons and Dragons movies, Honor Among Thieves. I think it's gonna be fun. I was very skeptical about it until I saw the trailer and I was like, all right, okay, I'm kind of with it. Let's see it. What else do we got? I think
gelatinous cubes.
Yeah, and then we said Game of Thrones. So like, yeah, that's basically the gist of it from what I can find and scour the internet about. Unless you guys can think of anything else.
No, I think you
I think we've covered it all.
I was trying to get like speed round this bitch.
Yeah. Law speed round. There we go.
I'm here for it. But yeah, it is a very like good time to be a nerd, because even with like this 1 week, we're gonna have like a week off and not really have anything to talk about, they were like, hey, here's all this shit to talk about and fill up your fucking calendars with, because we're gonna be busy for the next however many months with content. There's no way we're gonna have like weeks where we're just not gonna be doing anything.
Also, so I want to give a shout out to Phil Russer and Johnny C, because they were at San Diego. They were doing their thing. Also to Jason and Tasha, who've been on the show, who were taking some phenomenal pictures of San Diego Comic-Con, who bumped into a few celebrities, including Normus Reedus, on the flight back coming from San Diego. That must have been a fun flight. But yeah, man, San Diego Comic-Con it is the con that keeps with the announcements. Like New York Comic-Con is its own feel, but San Diego just drops the content. That's just like, holy man, we're gonna be busy. And then when does Disney's D20 come?
Let's see.
D23.
D23 should be like within the next few weeks.
Tickets are sold out. I know that.
No, those didn't sell quick. The only person I know who's gotten to go to one is Michael Gracia, and he saw a lot of stuff.
September 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Yeah, so with less than 5-6 weeks.
Yeah, but I don't know when. It doesn't give you like when the panels are happening, so we'll know. We'll know by September.
That's when Disney starts announcing a lot of content, which is probably going to include the Marvel, Star Wars. What was it? That's when they announced a lot of stuff, toys, everything. It's like games, interactive. So I believe they're gonna get a majority of the Star Wars stuff and more Marvel stuff there. So they're probably dividing, conquering, and then they're like, "Yep, we got you excited. Wait till September to come. We're just gonna drop it out there." So it's gonna be
a good year, guys. It's gonna be a good next few years.
Provided
the world doesn't end first,
Oh gosh. let's not say that.
Well, because of the pox.
Because of everything at this point.
Life.
Like, but wait,
Yeah.
there's more.
Have more.
Oh man.
Yeah, we almost have wildfires over
Oh.
here because it's so dry. Shit. That's what happened with that country living. No. But anyway, again, I think that's it. But again, shout out to Aurelius. Thank you for participating. This is the commission that you have won. It is Rengoku on wood. So it's a traditional piece, one of a kind. I will be doing another raffle, which is going to be fun. But it's going to be a mystery bag for Patreon subscribers. That's going to be fun, just to stock that up.
Nice.
But anyway,
Cool.
Anyway, let's talk about this.
Are we all good?
I think we're all good. Tone, how was your Saturday? Again, that was fucking awesome, man. I'm jealous of you, actually. I'm really you cute, dude.
So Saturday was
Kevin Hart and Chris Rock, right?
Kevin Hart and Chris Rock, and then there was a surprise opener. Dave Chappelle opened up for the two of them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
My man got 3 premium shows. That was
so
phenomenal.
it's essentially like 3 hours of comedy. So it was cool. So apparently Chappelle only just showed up for that show. George, who went to the show, but he went to the one in Brooklyn. He was talking to me about it. He went yesterday, and it was just Kevin, Chris, and they had some up and comers who were opening. So I think it was just for
MSG one.
Yeah, it was just for the MSG one.
How was
Is that the one that got recorded for Netflix?
I don't even know. I don't know if it got recorded. Did they say it was getting recorded?
I thought there was one getting recorded for Netflix.
I don't know if it was recorded, but for food, I got y'all right now. I got y'all right now.
To be honest, I was more excited about the food than the comedy show.
Yo, he's telling us about the food over the phone. I'm like,
Okay, well, I
just know when Tone goes out for a food place, I'm in for a treat. So I'm just like, all right, lay it on me, sir.
Right.
Tone has an app that grades food wherever you go.
I don't have an app that grades food. I don't have an app.
Well, you
I have a map.
Oh, nice.
I have a
There you
map.
go.
Okay.
Oh, that's dope.
All right, here we go. So the first course I didn't have a picture of. Jackie has a picture of it, but so essentially we went to was a Korean style, as a fusion of a Korean style barbecue with American steakhouse. The place is called Cote. It's on 23rd Street. It's a Michelin star restaurant, and it was a culinary experience that I've ever fucking had. It was incredible. So we got the beef omakase, which was 5 or 6 it's a 10-course meal. And we had that with the wine pairing. So the first course, which I don't have a picture of, but essentially was oysters with some raw oysters with some uni, which is sea urchin, on top on a bed of bed. I'm looking at Val, right?
I'm sorry. Don't look at me.
Look at me.
Don't look
I'm
at
all
me, 'cause
wide-eyed and just like,
All right, let me look at
sea urchin.
Oh no, it's delicious.
No,
it tastes like the fucking sea.
I'm sure.
It was incredible.
Exactly.
Anyway, so now I'm going to share my screen.
Okay.
So the next thing we got was their interpretation of steak and eggs. However, no, because I think Val's will be like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm going to show you. This is their interpretation of steak and eggs. It was caviar and filet mignon beef tartare.
What?
And that bread was milk bread, so like a toasted bread with I don't know what. But it was delicious. It was delicious. It was so good. I never had caviar before. I was very excited to finally have that. It was salty. The beef was seasoned perfectly. You had no idea that it was essentially beef tartare. So that is course 1. This is their table. So it's like I said, it's Korean style barbecue. But in regular Korean style barbecue, you cook everything yourself. They bring the meat out, you cook it yourself, because this is a mix of a American steakhouse. They do all the cooking for you. So we had a server, and he kind of did the whole to do. And this here, So this here is a fat piece of ribeye, is what they use to season the grates. So you're seasoning the grates with a fatty piece of ribeye, so you're getting that good fat on there. This is their own seasoning. And then these are the Korean barbecue accoutrements that they give you.
I'm getting food immediately after.
I want to go to Korean barbecue now. I'm ready. Let's go.
I'm heading out. I'm getting food right now.
This steak, this is their version of a steak sauce. Incredible. This was a shredded scallion salad. And then these are the different cuts of beef they had. We had, this is filet mignon, this was skirt steak. So those are the first two that go on. Then we had some dry aged ribeye here and here. And then this was American Wagyu. So it's a mix of the Wagyu cow from Japan, which is the really fatty cow, and then Angus beef. So you had that fusion of the two American cows put together, which was very tasty. And then this, my friends, is the creme de la creme of beef. This is A5 Wagyu. This is the best beef I've ever had in my entire fucking life. Obviously, there's more pictures, and then this is also Wagyu. This was this is a piece of the cow. It's between the ribs, so it was really tasty. But I have more pictures. I just wanted to, like, lay out the whole to do. So this is them cooking the filet mignon and the skirt steak. These are rice cakes, and then this is the mushrooms. They season the mushrooms, and then they let it cook for a while. And then what happens is it fills up with liquid, and it ends up being like its own little juices. It ends up being like a soup. So you drink it and you eat it. Super tasty as hell. Everything is cooked to perfection.
Smoke ring. Let's go.
What they tell you to do is for the first two cuts, they tell you to eat them straight up, so you have the taste of the beef. And then you take the lettuce wrap, you put some of the steak sauce, you can do some of the shredded and then some of the salad here. And you make a little bit of a wrap with the filet mignon and the skirt steak. Super, super tasty. Next, this is their kimchi course. So they got us some of their kimchi from different types. This is regular cabbage. This was radish. And I didn't catch what this was, but it was also all very good. This was an egg souffle. Very light, very airy. You cracked it and it sunk in. Oh, so fucking good. After that, so this was the dry aged.
Definitely a birthday meal.
That's the dry aged. This is the dry aged. Next up, I think that's dry aged, or that may be something else. Hold on. Here we go. So this is more of their A5 for the side of the ribs of the cow. And then there's that. There's this. This is the Wagyu. So that tasted it just melts in your mouth. Just coats your mouth with fat and beef, and it's incredible. So fucking good.
I'm here for it.
And then the last thing, this was a soup they gave us. So it was the broth cooks the beef. It's a very thin cut of beef. Broth cooks it, then you eat it with the noodles. And then this was their last course. I think it was a skirt steak. Essentially, they cut it so it looks like a mesh. So you can open it up. It looks like a mesh, but it's seasoned in like all their in like different sauces and stuff. And the way it cooks really nice. It gets really nice and caramelly. It's really sweet, really crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside. And like essentially that was the 10-course meal. And then we had a wine pairing. We had a wine pairing for it.
I'm gonna go get some food now. I catch you guys. Like, have a good night. Right. It's been a great Tuesday.
I think that's a great way to end it.
I need some steak right now.
Yo,
like
I need
nice.
I'm gonna get me a chopped cheese. Good
steak.
God.
Let me see.
Ooh, chopped cheese also sounds really good right now.
Yeah. What did Punk say?
I'm here PB&J, bros. Back in the drunk drawer.
Wow.
I'm about to get a what was it, snackable. No, I think that's a great way. But Tony, yeah, happy birthday again. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Glad you had a great time. Another great episode of Nerds, guys. Damn, we going strong.
Yeah,
want to give a shout out. We are at 297 subs. Get us to 300. Come on, YouTube. Get us
300 by the time August 1st rolls around. Let's do it.
Yep.
Let's go. And again, just quick announcement. So again, for you guys who are joining us, make sure you go back, watch the episode. We had a great creator on, Jeff, talk about his comic. Again, go right back in. We'll get you guys the Kickstarter link. Also again, make sure you're looking in the description on the YouTube channel for Law's stream times. It's Wednesday, Thursdays, and Sundays. Time frames are announced in the description. Make sure you're subscribing to Sebastian's Patreon. Again, thank you for all those who are subscribing. I am doing another contest for subscribers for a mystery bag that will be on the August 30th episode of Nerds, where I will do a raffle. So there will be a winner picking that's going to get a mystery bag. Who knows what's in the mystery bag? Hint, hint, good stuff. We may be in person at GhostICon on August 13th. So some of us will definitely be looking to go out there because GhostICon is going to be happening in August. So
I don't know why I kept thinking it was September.
August, man, September, August, September. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's time flies by. That's why the years marrying each other together. You know what it was? It's because last time it was just a mirror of events that we did last year, so it felt like that. Because we did
last year was supposed to be Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, that's what happened. It was in September last year. But yeah, I mean, we got a lot of good stuff coming up. What are we talking about next week?
The random episode. We just pushed it a week.
Episode, just a week.
Oh, we actually have a random episode?
I mean, we could talk about the first season of C.
You're not gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch it.
I can watch it right now.
I'm gonna watch it. I bet you'll watch it.
You gonna watch it? No, seriously. Don't gaslight me.
Don't
gaslight me.
Don't do that. Don't do that if you're not gonna do it.
I'll start it right now. Don't gaslight me.
I am going to try to watch it, but I'm excited because my brother's coming for the weekend.
He's not gonna watch it. He's not gonna watch it.
God damn it! Give me. All right. I mean, I would try to watch the first season. I would try to watch the first season.
You are a man of habits. Like things just happen, and we know. So like, it's okay.
Well, once the comic drops next week, the first 4 panels, I am taking. I will take a break and watch C. I will be watching C. But I'll try to watch the first season.
You know what you did watch? Because I'm gonna put you on blast. You watched fucking Resident Evil. That's what you watched.
That trash. And none of us are going to be talking about that. None of us
had to watch it.
None of us needed to watch it. None of us needed to watch it. We knew it was going to be trash.
I watched it, started it, kept watching it, and
you made the time. You see, you watch what you want to watch, but not what we ask you to.
I'm gonna watch it. I will watch it.
You know, he was able to watch that trash fire of a show, but couldn't finish Umbrella Academy in time for us to talk about it.
I watched it at night and sleep. I don't know. It just happened.
Oh man,
I love myself.
No, it's what you decide to spend your time doing. That's what it is.
All right. I will say this. I will have the first season watched by next Tuesday. And if I don't, Val, I owe you tacos.
I don't want your tacos. I want steak.
I'll get you steak tacos.
Okay, and I'll send you where to order from DoorDash. You got to send it over.
No. When you come, when we go, we'll go get some carne asada. We'll have a whole visit. Do some carne asada. There you go. I will get you steak tacos if I don't watch it by next week, the first season, at least of C. It is on air. I said it. Yeah, fine. You'll send me to DoorDash.
Okay, everybody.
He gave up. You see that? We all were like, yeah.
We'll see you all next week when you join us on this same nerdy hour. We'll talk to y'all later.
Thank you, guys.
That's been your boy, Sebastian. Wait.
This weekend, we could talk about Paper Girls. That's what it was. We could talk about Paper Girls if you want to put something else, but don't worry about it. I was trying to find shit because this week is Paper Girls, next week is Sandman. Those are my little inputs.
Oh, if anyone's watching Gray Man, you can watch that too.
I'm not watching that.
You're not watching that?
What is
that? He gets it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it off screen.
No idea what Paper Girls or Gray Man is. But
Gray Man's a new Netflix show with Ryan Gosling.
I saw the commercial. That
movie.
Is it a show?
Oh, movie. It's a movie.
And then Paper Girls is based on a comic book.
Cool.
It'll be on Prime this Friday.
Got it.
So,
all right.
Your boy Sebastian.
Your boy Lo.
And your boy Tone from across the hall.
With
last but not least, Vmac. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yes.
And you guys stay nerdy, enjoy, be safe, stay cool. Peace.
Later.
Good night.
Check your lotto.